Hey, this is Keith from Save the Rust. So tonight, a little bit of rain outside, so we're gonna work on this trike. You can see in our previous video on this thing, hadn't been started, run in 3 years, and we took the cargo apart, cleaned the tank, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And going into it, we knew there were some issues with the rear end, but gotta make sure it runs first before we tackle anything in the back end. And now I've pulled off the one wheel, and just, you can just see, doesn't look like there's any bearings left. So gonna start taking this apart, figuring it out. Never done this before. Don't even have a manual for it. Just gonna kind of get into it. What's the worst that can happen? You know, it's not gonna get any worse. So follow along, and this will be a first for me, and possibly for you too. So that's the project for tonight. We're gonna start pulling the axle housing, all the rear end parts here, and the differential, whatever you want to call it. And let's see what's gone, what's broken, what's bent, or what's destroyed. Let's figure it out. So stay tuned and follow along. By the way, if you haven't seen, we've got some merch, got t-shirts and some stickers and such. Thanks for everyone who's supported us so far. We're approaching a year, and it's been quite a journey, and I'm enjoying everything about it. So follow along, let's get this thing running so we can do some wheelies. So we got both tires off. I guess the first thing is just pull this cover off. We're gonna have to bend this down. This skid plate has for sure been bent. A little persuasion. She's out of her way. Persuasion, and it comes off. Rubber gasket looks like it's still in decent shape. Oh, right off the hop, looks like there's some kind of spring material here that's no longer there. Okay, so that spring, I can see both springs for the brake drum are broken, and the brake drum pads, the shoes, are just kind of bouncing around in there. So let's take a look at the other side. Same idea. I think it's a 10 mil. So we got the other cover off, don't really see much. Looks like this outer primary cover. It's 2 bolts, we'll pull that off, see what that looks like. Again, never done this before. I always have a manual for everything, but this thing kind of came in unexpected and didn't really give me a chance to find a manual. I didn't like 2R either though, to be honest. What I did find though is I bought out a bunch of parts from different people and stuff, and it's funny as I kind of remembered having some bearings, believe it or not, for one of these rear ends. So went searching through all my parts. I got a bunch of totes, and in one of them I did find a whole box or a bag full of bearings. Are they the correct ones? We won't know until we pull it all apart, but I'm hoping. Otherwise, I've already priced it out. It's about 60 or 80 bucks, something like that, to get a complete kit. Years ago, like almost 30 years ago, me and my brother had a 250R trike. Man, that thing was fun. We used to ride in this winter over the snow. That thing went anywhere. It was unbelievable. And then we had a 185. It was okay. It was a little bit beat up. Front end, someone had hit it pretty hard where the front fender actually rubbed the front frame. All right, so we got the primary off, outer primary off. Sprocket doesn't look horrible. Chain is old and crusty. So, how does this come apart? So I guess the next thing to do is pull this. There's a flange here. Let me get you a little closer here. So here we are on the left side of the bike. This is the primary cover. We got that all off. What you can see is these 4 bolts hold this on. Like I say, the chain it's all there. I won't know until I clean it up, but it doesn't look great. Sprocket looks okay. I guess we'll just keep pulling parts apart. All right. So we got those off. I believe in these, there's 2 big nuts on the back here. Those 2 big nuts, I think, need to come off. There's some marks on them already, so you can tell someone's been playing around with this. So, went inside and found I have 2 of these wrenches that are big enough for this, these double nuts, but couldn't put them side by side, so pipe wrench held on to the shaft, and we did get the first one loosened. All right, so we got those two nuts. I'm thinking we're gonna have to take off this cotter pin, this nut. Hopefully something else falls off or comes off. We'll find out right away. Got the cotter pin out. Got this all loosened. Okay, that didn't do much. This all has to be cleaned anyway. I just hope that the housing isn't wrecked. So we're going to pull off this cotter pin and that nut, pull that housing off. We got the other side off, which included the outer primary cover, etc. That's over there. So we got both sides taken off. And now we're at the point where I'm guessing that this sprocket has to come off. So you can see there's movement on the sprocket. So after doing a little bit of cleaning with a wire brush, it looks like right here, there's a little bit of a C-clip of some sort. That might be what's holding this on. Got that started. Just work our way all the way around. I guess I could have found a bigger screwdriver. That's off. Sprocket's off. Perfect. All right. So that's what holds on the sprocket. This little C-clip, circlip. All right, next. So after a little bit more cleaning on this side, I noticed there's a washer right here. So gotta kind of, there we go. Break it loose so that comes out. It's a little rusty and crusty in there. There's also something between this piece and the shaft. It's almost like another little ring in there. I'm not sure how I'm going to get that out. All right, let's take a look at this again. So, turns out this is rubber, like an O-ring. I started pulling on it with my screwdriver, and you could feel how it was like rubber, not steel. So we're gonna pull this off right now. Just going around. There we go. Little O-ring, okay. So now this, from what I understand, this axle has to go that way. So, we're gonna spray the heck out of this. Oh, look at this. There's a little expandable wire. I'm not sure. I'll leave that on there so I know that that was there. I'm gonna go and get the nap gas and we're gonna heat this up, see if we can expand this so it'll come loose. So, spent another hour on it about last night trying to get the brake drum off the shaft. You know, use a hammer, give it a couple taps, nothing went on there. Tried to air hammer on the end, just kind of put it in there, just to break loose the rust and corrosion that's in here that's not allowing this shaft to go through the brake drum, which has to come off. Put some heat to it, lots of penetrating fluid. just couldn't move it at all. So I think I have to get a puller of some sort that is long enough, which I don't have, to pull that off. So that's where we're gonna end it up. At this point, we're not done. We're just taking a pause until we can get that off, and then we'll continue with another video. Until then, have a great day. Like and subscribe. Thanks for the support. This is Save the Rust. This is who we are. This is what we do. Have a great day.